Have you ever eaten a hot dog, a few slices of bacon, or a ham sandwich without giving it a second thought? Millions of people do every single day. But what if one of the most common foods in your refrigerator came with a health risk that many people still underestimate? Scientists around the world have been studying this question for years, and the results may surprise you. The concern isn't about eating processed meat once in a while. It's about making it a daily habit. Today, we're looking at what the research really says, how much cancer risk processed meat may add, and what simple changes could help protect your long-term health. Welcome to BioLogix Health, where we make health simple, easy to understand, and useful for everyday life. Before we begin, this video is for educational purposes only and should not replace advice from your doctor or healthcare professional. Now, let's clear up one of the biggest misunderstandings. You may have heard that processed meat is in the same cancer category as cigarettes. That sounds frightening, but it doesn't mean eating a slice of ham is as dangerous as smoking a pack of cigarettes. Here's why. Scientists use different groups to classify cancer-causing substances. These groups tell us how strong the scientific evidence is, not how dangerous each substance is. Think of it like this. Imagine two people are known to be excellent swimmers. One can swim across a small lake. The other can swim across an entire ocean. They're both good swimmers, but one is clearly far more powerful. The same idea applies here. Cigarettes and processed meat are both known to cause cancer. But cigarettes increase cancer risk much more than processed meat. The important message is not that they are equally harmful. It's that there is strong evidence linking both to cancer. So, what exactly counts as processed meat? Many people think it only means bacon. In reality, processed meat includes foods that have been preserved by smoking, salting, curing, or adding preservatives to make them last longer. Some common examples include bacon, ham, hot dogs, sausages, salami, pepperoni, corned beef, and many packaged deli meats. These foods are convenient and often taste great. But convenience doesn't always mean healthy. Here's where things become interesting. Researchers have found that eating about 50 grams of processed meat every day, roughly one hot dog, or a few slices of deli meat, is linked with about an 18% higher risk of developing colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer simply means cancer that starts in the colon or rectum, the lower part of your digestive system. At first, 18% sounds enormous, but understanding what that number actually means makes all the difference. Let's imagine out of 100 people, about 5 may develop colorectal cancer during their lifetime. Now suppose everyone starts eating processed meat every single day. Instead of about 5 people developing cancer, it could become about 6. That may sound like only one extra person, but when you apply that change across millions of people, the numbers become much larger. A small increase for one person can become thousands of additional cancer cases across an entire country. That's why public health experts take these findings seriously. But that's not the whole story. Cancer isn't the only concern linked to processed meat. Scientists have also found connections between high processed meat intake and heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and possibly other types of cancer. Heart disease happens when blood vessels become narrowed or blocked, making it harder for blood to reach the heart. Type 2 diabetes occurs when the body struggles to control blood sugar properly. These conditions are already among the leading causes of illness around the world. So reducing processed meat may benefit more than just your cancer risk. Now you might be wondering, why does processed meat increase cancer risk in the first place? The answer isn't completely simple, but researchers have identified several possible reasons. One reason involves chemicals called nitrites and nitrates. These are preservatives added to many processed meats to improve color, prevent bacteria, and extend shelf life. Inside the body, some of these compounds can change into substances called nitrosamines. Nitrosamines have been shown to damage DNA, the instruction manual inside every cell that tells it how to grow and function. When DNA becomes damaged repeatedly, the chance of abnormal cells developing over time may increase. Another concern comes from cooking methods. When processed meat is cooked at very high temperatures, especially grilling or frying until charred, additional chemicals can form that may also damage cells. This doesn't mean every barbecue causes cancer. It means that repeated exposure over many years may gradually increase risk. There's another point many people overlook. Your overall eating pattern matters far more than any single meal. Someone who eats mostly vegetables, fruits, beans, whole grains, and occasionally enjoys a hot dog is in a different situation from someone who eats processed meat every single day. Health is built through daily habits, not isolated choices. This is actually good news, because small improvements, repeated consistently, can make a meaningful difference over time. If you're finding this video helpful, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to BioLogix Health, and share it with someone who might benefit. Your support helps us continue creating simple, reliable health videos. Now, here's something that surprises many people. Many adults believe processed meat is mainly a concern for older people, but the habits we develop in our 20s, 30s, and 40s often influence our health decades later. Cancer usually doesn't appear overnight. It often develops slowly over many years as cells accumulate damage. That's one reason experts encourage prevention long before disease appears. And prevention doesn't require perfection. It starts with simple choices: choosing grilled chicken instead of processed sausage, packing a bean salad instead of a deli sandwich, trying hummus instead of processed lunch meat, or enjoying more home-cooked meals made with fresh ingredients. These may seem like small decisions, but together, they can help support better health for years to come. What happens next is even more important. When most people hear about processed meat, they immediately think about colon cancer. And that's understandable. The strongest scientific evidence links processed meat to colorectal cancer, which is cancer that starts in the colon or rectum. But researchers haven't stopped there. More recent studies have also explored possible links between processed meat and other types of cancer, including stomach, pancreatic, and prostate cancer. Some studies have found possible associations, while others are still being investigated. That means the evidence for these cancers isn't as strong as it is for colorectal cancer. But scientists continue to study them carefully. This is one reason many health organizations recommend limiting processed meat rather than eating it regularly. But cancer isn't the only concern. Here's another reason many people overlook. Processed meat has also been linked to other serious health problems. Many processed meats contain large amounts of sodium, which is another name for salt. Eating too much sodium over time can raise blood pressure. High blood pressure forces your heart to work harder and increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. Many processed meats are also high in saturated fat. Saturated fat can raise LDL cholesterol, often called bad cholesterol, because high levels can lead to fatty deposits building up inside your arteries. Over time, those deposits can narrow blood vessels, making it harder for blood to reach your heart and brain. Researchers have also found that people who eat a lot of processed meat often have a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes happens when the body can no longer use insulin properly, causing blood sugar levels to stay too high. Scientists believe this may be related to a combination of preservatives, saturated fat, excess sodium, and overall dietary patterns. So, when experts recommend eating less processed meat, they're thinking about much more than cancer alone. Now, let's clear up a few common myths. Myth number 1. If processed meat causes cancer, I can never eat it again. That's simply not true. The research does not say that eating one hot dog at a family barbecue will suddenly cause cancer. Risk builds slowly over many years. It's the overall pattern that matters most. Think of it like brushing your teeth. Skipping one brushing isn't ideal, but it's the habit over months and years that determines your dental health. The same idea applies to your diet. Here's another myth. natural or uncured processed meat is completely safe. Not necessarily. Many of these products still use natural sources of nitrates, such as celery powder. Your body can still convert some of these compounds into similar substances. So while some products may differ, natural doesn't automatically mean risk-free. Another common belief is, I'm healthy because I exercise, so I don't need to worry. Exercise is one of the best things you can do for your health, but it doesn't completely cancel out the effects of an unhealthy diet. Real health comes from combining healthy eating, regular physical activity, good sleep, stress management, and avoiding smoking. All these habits work together. There's another positive message many people don't hear. You don't have to give up your favorite foods forever. Instead, aim to make processed meat an occasional choice, not an everyday habit. For example, instead of eating bacon every morning, save it for special weekends. Instead of packing a processed meat sandwich every day, try grilled chicken, turkey breast that hasn't been heavily processed, boiled eggs, tuna, hummus, or mashed beans. If you're making pizza, add colorful vegetables like mushrooms, bell peppers, onions, or spinach instead of extra pepperoni. If you enjoy breakfast sausages, consider replacing them with oatmeal, Greek yogurt, fresh fruit, or scrambled eggs with vegetables a few times each week. Small swaps like these are easier to maintain, and over time, they can make a meaningful difference. What surprises many people is that healthier foods don't just replace processed meat, they bring additional benefits. Beans and lentils are rich in fiber. Fiber helps support healthy digestion, feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut, and may even help lower LDL cholesterol. Fresh fruits and vegetables provide vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help protect your cells. Whole grains provide steady energy and help keep you feeling full longer. Instead of focusing on what you're giving up, think about everything you're gaining: more energy, better heart health, a healthier digestive system, and potentially a lower risk of several chronic diseases. Remember, no single food determines your future. Your health is shaped by the choices you make most of the time. If you currently eat processed meat every day, you don't need to become perfect overnight. Start with one simple change this week. Replace one processed meat meal with a healthier option, then build from there. Those small steps, repeated over months and years, can have a powerful impact on your health. So, how much cancer does processed meat cause? The honest answer is, it doesn't guarantee that someone will develop cancer, but regular consumption has been consistently linked to a higher risk, especially for colorectal cancer. The good news is that this is one risk factor you can do something about. Every healthier meal, every better choice, and every positive habit is an investment in your future. Remember, small healthy habits today can make a big difference tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to BioLogix Health and join us for more simple, evidence-based health guides designed to help you live a healthier life. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video.